When I inherited my grandparents' $900,000 estate, I quietly moved it into a trust, just in case. Last week, my brother showed up with mom, grinning. We had the house signed into my name. You're out by Friday. My name's Aiden. I'm 32. And I'm the kind of guy my family assumed would just roll over when things got messy. The quiet one who never makes a scene. When my grandparents passed and left me their entire estate, the house, savings, and shares worth $900,000, something shifted. I started planning because I knew exactly who I was related to. My brother Drew is 3 years younger. Flashy, loud, charismatic, the kind of guy who can lie to your face and still get you to loan him $5,000. He'd gotten away with everything. Credit cards in mom's name, a borrowed car that vanished. Mom always bailed him out. Me, I was the backup plan, the safety net. I was done. When Grandpa died 2 years after Grandma, he left everything to me. I'd been their caretaker while Drew showed up Christmas morning for Instagram photos, then ghosted. When the will was read with only my name, I saw mom's disappointed face. That's when I knew the storm was coming. The house was a gorgeous Victorian, historic property, 3 generations, exploding neighborhood value. I didn't move in. I kept my apartment and quietly set up a trust. Everything, title, assets, savings, into an irrevocable trust with me as trustee. Utilities under a business name. I told no one. For months, Drew texted asking to use the pool. It doesn't have one. Mom hinted how unfair everything was. I nodded, let them think I was naive. Last month, Drew posted big things coming online. Then Saturday, while doing yard work, mom's car pulls up. Drew hops out grinning, mom carrying a clipboard. We spoke to a lawyer. Mom says, the house should have gone to both of you. Grandpa made a mistake. We handled it. Drew waves a paper. Had the title transferred to my name. You're out by Friday. No hard feelings. I smiled. You really think I'd let that happen? Drew laughed. It's already done, dude. Mom softened. Drew can flip it. You've got your place. Everyone wins. I nodded. Got it. 2 days later, they came back with a moving truck and movers. They pulled in laughing. Drew sipping coffee. Mom directing movers. Then they saw the porch. I stood beside a man in a navy suit, badge on his belt, holding a thick folder with my trust's name. They froze. Are you Drew Green? The man asked. Drew frowned. Yeah, who's asking? County property records. Documentation shows this deed's been in a trust since last April under Aiden Green. Any fraudulent title transfers are criminally prosecutable. Drew went pale. Fraudulent? Mom stepped forward. We had a lawyer check. You assumed wrong. I said. Never in my name. Trust owned. You couldn't find it in public logs. Went to a shady title mill. Faked a transfer. The official nodded. Filed fraud report. Given the circumstances, movers, threatened eviction, skipping warnings. Enforcement starts now. Enforcement? Drew whispered. Civil penalties. Possible criminal charges for fraud and property theft. Movers backed away fast. Mom grabbed Drew's arm. Panic replacing confidence. I watched them realize I wasn't the pushover they thought. The official continued. You attempted to fraudulently claim a property held in legal trust. That's a felony in this county. We've documented everything. The fake paperwork, witness statements, these movers as evidence of intent. Drew's hand started shaking. We didn't know. Ignorance isn't a defense. The official cut him off. Especially when you threaten the legal owner with eviction. You'll receive a court summons within 72 hours. Mom's face crumbled. This is ridiculous. He's your brother, and you're both criminals. I said calmly. I gave you every chance to walk away. You chose this. The moving truck started backing out of the driveway. The driver wanting nothing to do with this mess. Drew looked at me. Desperation replacing the earlier smugness. Come on, man. We can work this out. We're family. I shook my head. Family doesn't try to steal from family. You made your choice when you forged those documents. The official handed Drew a notice. This is your formal notification. Do not attempt to contact Mr. Green or approach this property again. Violations will result in immediate arrest. As they walked back to their car, defeated, Mom turned one last time. Your grandfather would be ashamed of you. I almost laughed. Grandpa's the one who taught me to protect what's mine. He knew exactly what kind of people you were. That's why he left everything to me. They drove off in silence. The official shook my hand. Smart move with the trust. Saved yourself a lot of headaches. Learn from the best, I said, looking up at the house Grandpa built. Sometimes the best revenge is just being prepared.